Welcome to another episode of the Supercar Diaries. Maserati is back in the game with the MC20. They have taken all their superpowers and ran right through the door of modern supercarnism, which doesn't exist, that word. Doesn't matter.
One chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the color, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher, under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so go for the goal. It's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah! It's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
I'm going to step on it in 3, 2, 1. Let me just digest that for a second. I expected less, to be honest. I'm going to switch to manual, which I do by pressing this button. I can't lie to you, I kind of like this, which is why I'm going to switch into sport mode. Turn the dial, the exhaust note just turning loud ever so slightly, 3,000, 4,000. I like it. I like it. Ooh, Maserati with your V6 engine. This car, as we said, fitted with a V6 engine, twin turbo charge. 2.9 to 100 is apparently what it should do, and a top speed of 325. They have stuck some F1 technology into that motor so that it performs the way it does. And this is exactly what that did. But there is a Corsa mode, so I'm going to turn to Corsa. Now my dash changes. And it is quick, people. Power, picking up. And right after, it's like it turns it down, changes the gear, and then brings in the power gradually. And in Corsa mode, I kind of would have expected that just to be ridiculously hardcore. Oh! It's got a little whistle going. Oh, not bad.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true stock trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one.
And we're out of time. Yeah, you really need to be up there in order to get all the power down. Whoa, sideways. Whee. It doesn't feel underpowered, to be honest. Really, it doesn't. Come on. I think on a racetrack, personally, this car would be a dollop of fun. There you'd probably be able to utilize the full extent of its power. But this car is going to be really ludicrous once we've finished with it. Seriously. I'm not kidding you. It's going to be mental. This is the MC20. Josh, you can follow me if you're feeling too distant from me, my brother. It's one of those cars that when you see it in real life, grows in you, and it's a bit more pretty than when you saw it on a piece of paper. So Maserati thought up something, right? This is a GT actually, but it's a supercar, so it's a super GT. But then they wanted this car to be very capable on the racetrack, and it's not just like, and it's got like a sport mode, like it's serious. It's got track mode, Corsa, and they really honed it according to their racing heritage. That was a big thing. But then if you look at the car, you go like, yeah, but that's not true, because it doesn't look seriously racy. However, it is, and a lot of that is thanks to aero. Now, the aero in this car, they said, should be in such a way that you don't really see too much of it. So there's a huge gape up in the front and here on the sides that distributes the air through the car and predominantly underneath the car. Because look at this. There's not a huge wing slapped onto the back of this. And so most of that aero goes through the bottom of the car. It's got clever ways of doing that. Some of it gets dispersed through these cavities, and that's really about it. This car produces at 200 k's an hour, 100 kilos of downforce. There aren't many little slits and things and cavities and looking aggressive. It's supposed to be sleek, and that's what they've created here. Now, as we said, that's what the aero does in the front. But if you look at the side over here, whoo, there is a huge cavity over there that creates a suction for the hot air that comes in here. Some of that gets pushed from the front vents through here and then towards the back here as well. This is to cool the engine, and there are some more vents over here. But what's lovely about this, and we haven't spoken about that, Maserati kitted out the MC20 with butterfly doors. Look at that. So sleek, lovely. But here's the thing. Look at this. The side skirt actually moves with the car. Your whole aero system on the side of the car actually moves with the door, and this is particularly helpful for getting into the car. Another very sexy thing about this car is the fact that there's heaps of forged carbon on it. The reason for that is because it's got a carbon monocoque tub. The whole car is basically bolted onto that monocoque system, and this forged carbon is just outstandingly beautiful. This car's got a carbon fiber roof, then here the trident through which you can see the engine. Right, now we need to see how heavy our MC20 is. Maserati claims 1,500 kilos is what the car weighs. It just gave me a warning that fuel is very low. There is less than a quarter tank of fuel in there. Otherwise there's nothing in the suitcase, the luggage compartment. 1,500 kilos. Is that visible? In case it's not, it says 1,700 kilos. Quickly talk about the interior. They've really kept it very simple. It's nice and plain in here. Alcantara, got some carbon fiber on my steering wheel. I'm sitting in this forged carbon fiber tub, which is a great place to be in. But they have kept it nice and plain. Wow. If you build up the pressure in third gear, it is the gear to be in. It is a dollop of fun. They've kept it nice and simple with only 2 screens, and this one I'm going to change to third gear prematurely, see if the build is there even earlier. Can't keep it there, I wonder. See if it stays in third. So as I was going to say, 2 digital displays, this one over here telling you all about you being in race mode, and what the motor's doing. And then this one over here for everything else, which is really a great little addition. Let's look at the back very quickly. There's some more carbon fiber on this side. Well, the whole rear pretty much is carbon fiber. I love these very big lights. This car should apparently also come out pretty soon as an all-electric, all-wheel drive. So be happy about the fact that it still makes some noise. There is also luggage space, which is a bit funny if you think about it, because you share, and I got to think about the McLaren GT. I don't know if I can say that, but similar, you got this boot, but here you share the boot with the engine bay. How lovely is that? Forged carbon bootlet. Lekker, man. That is so nice. The front is about sufficient enough to fit in MacBook Pro. Now, of course, it won't be a Supercar Diaries episode without doing the Novitec -C battle. And today, our victim is the MC20. So let's see just how how loud this car is without a Novitec exhaust. Fire away. All right, all things set aside, not too bad at 102.7. Not too shabby, but peel your ears for what this car is going to sound like with our exhaust system. What's going to be spectacular about this is what we're going to be doing to it. This is really the exciting bit, because since I started Novitec, we never have had a V6 engine, and this is a V6 engine that has F1 technology. That's not just saying it, really it is, which is why it can develop all that power and give this car that performance. I'm especially excited about that, because the fact that it has 2 turbos means that with our N-tronic plug-and-play system, we really are going to be upping that power. And I'm guessing, this is just my guesstimate, probably in the vicinity of 800-ish, maybe a bit more. Think torque's probably around there as well. That should really benefit this car's performance. It's going to get a sport suspension, because even though it doesn't look bad on the ride height as it is now, I feel obviously it can go a little bit lower. We're going to put on our own wheels on this, which I think is just going to add a little bit more of a touch. And of course, there's a bit more to say about the carbon fiber. We're going to create, we are busy creating our own parts for this car in carbon fiber. There's going to be a lot that you can add onto this car if you say, I do want the car to look a little bit more on the sporty side, but the aggressive side, you know what I'm saying? So that's the carbon fiber that you see on the car. You can obviously have a plethora of options in carbon fiber and so on and so forth for this car. The last thing I want to end off with is the excitement of the exhaust. I can't wait to see what the boys are going to do with this car's exhaust. That if you guys haven't yet, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up, like it, and comment. Let us know what you think about this car. And then you can also follow us on Instagram. Me personally at Beyond the Cock, and Novitec Group as Novitec Group. Let's go for a drive. Even in Corsa, the suspension is not unbearable. We're driving on really countryside roads in the hardest setting, in a supercar. Third gear, 3000. There we go. Wow, third gear is monstrous. Very, very monstrous. Why are you playing me the news? One more thing. The mirror over here is digital, because otherwise you can't see, because there's not really a back window. There's not really a back window. Let me know what you guys think about the looks of the MC20, and would you have one as opposed to an F8 or 765 LT? What do you think about the fact that there's a lineup possible of this in full electric? Is that your cup of tea? Your cup of milkshake or not? Love to hear from you. Otherwise, that's it for us for today, folks.